everyone. I am really excited to get to talk about little Miss Nora Tyme today. Her name is Nora and her middle name is Tyme, T-Y-M-E, and after struggling with some miscarriages and pregnancy and things, we found that she was given to us in God's time. So here she is. She was born on April 3rd, 2013, and today is July 9th, I believe. July 9th. So she just turned 3 months about a week ago, and time is going so fast. I wish it would slow down. It can slow down anytime now. She was born at 2:50 in the morning, and she was 7 pounds, 12.6 ounces, and 20.5 inches long. And then we were in the hospital for a couple days, and then by the time we left, she was 7 pounds, 6 ounces. So I'm not sure how much she weighs right now. We haven't had her weighed in a while. But she still is in newborn diapers and newborn clothes, and I can't believe it. Her dad is about 6'3", and I'm normal height and everything, so I don't know. She's getting quite tall though. She's outgrowing some newborn clothes lengthwise. She's wearing newborn right now. So pretty soon, I think. And I've noticed in the last week or so, I think she went through a growth spurt, because a lot of the onesies and things that were really big on her are now starting to fit her. So pretty soon I think she'll graduate completely out of newborn clothes and be in 3-month clothes. Like stores like Old Navy that have 0 to 3 month sizes, she fits in really, really nicely. There are some pants. I got her a pair of red pants from Old Navy in 0 to 3 month that are way too big, so I don't know, but most of them fit really great. And we've noticed her shoulders and her chest and everything is really small, so a lot of her tops just fit way too big around the top. But like I said, she's getting quite long, so that's really great. It's really fun to be watching her growing and changing and everything. Wipe this drool away. So I have a list of things I kind of wanted to talk about on the laptop right next to me, so I'll probably be looking at that so I don't forget anything. So if you see me looking over here, that's what I'm looking at. Let's see here. So like I said, she dropped down to about 7 pounds, 6 ounces, and last time she was weighed, I think she was 9 pounds, 14 ounces, but that was quite a while ago. So in her next update, I'll talk about how much she weighed at each appointment and things, because I don't have that information in front of me right now. Alright, so her eyes were so dark at birth, we didn't really know what color they were going to be. I have kind of grayish blue eyes, and her dad has kind of hazel green eyes. Her eyes have been getting more blue every day. They are so blue right now, it's crazy. They're just beautiful. They're magical. I just look at her eyes all day long. I'm going to get her closer so you can be able to see. Probably not though. And her hair, the majority of people say strawberry blonde. And that is what I'm thinking too. So up top here is quite blonde, and there's definitely some strawberry in there. But then the back of her head, if I can turn her here, that is a little bit darker, and it has a little bit of a curl to it. It's not as soft as the hair up top. So she kind of has two different two different types of hair in her head. So I'm not really sure what it's going to end up being. But to go with her blue eyes, I think it'll probably stay lighter than her dad has pretty dark hair, dark brown. And her eyelashes, when she was born, her eyelashes were hardly existent. I remember saying to the nurse, she doesn't have any eyelashes. And she's like, if you look really closely, you can see them. They're just really small, like she is. And I was like, okay. And then I noticed, a month ago, or I don't know, a couple weeks after she was born, they really started to show. And a month ago, I remember telling her dad, I was like, oh my gosh, her eyelashes are getting so long. And they're definitely getting longer all the time. And the funny thing is, they're blonde. Her eyelashes are blonde, and we don't know where she got that from. Nobody in my family or Joel's family that I know of has blonde eyelashes, so I don't know if that's going to stay or not, but it's really cute. So, I remember when she was born, everybody who met her commented on her lips. She has the sweetest little sweetheart lips I've ever seen. They're very pink and they have the perfect little cupid's bow and they're just adorable. I just love her little lips, and she definitely has her dad's nose. Yeah, and her dad's pretty round face. So pretty cute. We don't know whose ears she has, but she has really cute ears too. So she's very, very sweet. And so she's just started to kind of fill out. Her belly's starting to fill in and her little thighs are just starting to fill in. If you can see, she's getting cute little rolls, which I'm just loving. And I know as soon as she starts to crawl or anything, moving more, that those are going to go away. They're so cute. So, super sweet. We'll see how good she does here. I might have to do this video in a couple of clips. But right now you're doing good. She is a very high maintenance little baby girl. We don't know for sure if she had colic or has colic. They say colic would go away between 11 and 14 weeks. And she'll be 14 weeks in, what is today, Tuesday? Like tomorrow? Hold on. Yeah, she'll be 14 weeks tomorrow morning. That's crazy. So we don't know if that's going to go away or not. Just going to grab her pacifier. Alright, sorry about that. Got her pacifier in, and then our cat jumped right in front of the camera, so I had to go put her downstairs. So I've been meaning to get this video done since she was born. I want to do kind of updates, you know, throughout her life and stuff, but it's so hard to find the time, and I know this video will probably be done in a couple of days. I probably have a couple outfit changes and things, so we'll just get it done the best we can. But it'll be so much fun for her to watch when she's older, and for us to look back on too. So anyways, I was talking about her fussiness. So we don't know for sure if she had colic or not, or just, you know, upset stomach or what it is. But I remember she was getting a little bit better. Like, I never could have done this, just sitting with her like this, even a couple weeks ago. But I remember one time just telling her dad, oh my gosh, I think she was happy like 5 minutes today. Like, a lot of the time she'll just cry and cry and cry, and it's so sad for no reason, and the doctors are just like, you're doing a great job, there's nothing you can do differently. Some babies are just fussy, and it was just so hard for me to accept. You know, you finally have this beautiful gift, and you want to be able to enjoy her and for her to be happy and everything, and we don't know. So I am breastfeeding, and breastfeeding is going great. We both just love it. It's so funny, if she's upset or something, sometimes that's the only thing that will work, especially before, when she was even more fussy. And as soon as she would latch on, her eyes would just roll in the back of her head like, oh my god, heaven, you know, she just loves it. And I love it too. It's such a great bonding time, and it's just fantastic. They say to let babies nurse until they unlatch themselves. And I've tried that with her. She would nurse for 2 hours straight, and she feeds every 2 hours on the dot. Like, she has like an alarm clock that will go off in her head, like, oh, it's been exactly 2 hours. I better cry and let mama know I'm hungry. And I mean, even if she's sleeping, it's like 2 hours on the dot. Sorry about that. So yeah, breastfeeding is going fantastic. So trying to figure out with her fussiness, I cut out so many different foods. I had purposely stopped drinking cow's milk before she was even born, because I heard that sometimes that can cause problems with nursing babies. Their bodies just can't absorb the cow's milk or digest the cow's milk properly. And so I cut that out, and then she just had like this really, really rumbly belly, and I mean, her whole body would kind of shake if people were holding her. They'd be like, oh my gosh, her stomach is just rumbling, and it was so sad to feel and to hear. So I talked to her pediatrician and my lactation consultant, who's just great, and they said to cut out all dairy. So I cut out all dairy for probably about 8 weeks. No butter, no cheese, no milk, nothing. Even like chocolate that has milk in it, things like that. I cut out anything I could think of that had dairy, and that's really hard because that's in a lot of things, milk especially. And also then they told me to cut out gluten, which I feel bad for anybody who has a gluten intolerance. It is so hard. Gluten is just in everything. So I cut that out for 7 weeks, I believe. And it was like, we didn't really notice a huge difference. You know, I think just with age she started getting a little bit better. So I slowly started introducing that back in after talking to my lactation consultant. I asked her how long it would take for gluten to get out of my system if I decided to try it, and noticed that Nora was a lot worse. And she said within hours, days, it won't take very long. So that's when I decided, you know, let's just try it. It's been a long time. I'll notice if there's something different. So we tried that, and I haven't, like I said, I haven't noticed any differences. She seems to be doing just fine. Right, Pumpkin? Yeah. Seems to be doing just fine. And dairy as well. I've slowly introduced that back into my diet too. I'm not doing like a big glass of milk or anything, but just, you know, a little bit of butter or cheese or something, and she seems fine. So I'll keep slowly introducing that. That takes 21 days to get out of your system. So that's a long process if you find out that your baby can't digest milk very well or dairy very well. So just be forewarned about that. That's pretty hard to know that when she's nursing there's still milk in your system even though you haven't had it in a long time. I also cut out eggs, which is hard because eggs are in a lot of things too. And any spicy food, beans, anything that might cause gas, cucumbers, beans, broccoli, anything like that. Soy, they said. Gosh, I cut out so much. It was hard. I was pretty much just eating some vegetables that were safe and some fruits that weren't too acidic, and meat. And I'm not a big meat eater at all, so that was tough. But that was just fine. It was totally worth it. I got so bad that at one point my pediatrician was, or her pediatrician was saying to try formula, and I just started crying in the doctor's office. I was like, I can't do it. I just can't. I love nursing. She loves nursing. It's so natural. Why would you want to do formula if you can help it, you know? So she said, well, let's just give it a week on this, it was called Nutramigen formula, which is dairy-free, soy-free, gluten-free, all that stuff, really expensive. And then we'll slowly introduce breast milk back in. She said it was to kind of get her intestines feeling better, and then everything should hopefully be okay. Because also her stools started having mucus in them, and that was kind of the red flag for me, like, okay, let's just try it. And I lasted 2.5 days with this Nutramigen formula, pumping every, 2 hours like she would normally eat. It was really hard at night because she'd wake up, and normally you can just feed her right away. And I had to listen to her scream while I tried to heat up her bottles, and then go ahead and pump, and it was a nightmare. And she got worse on it, so nope. Back to breastfeeding, and we were so much happier. Ugh. I was so sad I couldn't even give her a bottle because she would turn into latch on, and I just was so devastated. I had to have her dad do it. So hard for me, so hard for her. So anyways, other than that, everything's going great. I did use the nipple shield. I would say the first month and a half for sure, and then I kind of slowly stopped using that once we both started feeling better with it and everything, and that's going great. That was really, really easy to just wean her off of that, and I haven't used that at all in the last probably month and a half, I'd say. So yeah, that was probably about right.